Okay, today we are going to be starting our unit on data and data analysis. So we're starting this unit off by working with the measures of central tendency. So the measures of central tendency include the mean, median, mode, and range. If you need to write down these definitions, make sure you pause the video now and do so. Otherwise, our mean is the average of a set of data used when you want a data set summarized into one number. The median is the middle number in a data set or the average of the middle two numbers. The mode is the number that appears the most often in a data set. And the range is the span of numbers covered in a data set. It is the difference between the greatest and the least values. So we use these different measures to help us summarize large sets of data, like when we're doing science experiments, when we're doing surveys, when we're trying to figure out how to condense a large amount of numbers or information into a more condensed version or a summarized version. So the first measure that we're going to look at today is mean, or another word for mean is the average. So we might use average to help find, that's going to be what that main measure is to summarize all the data. You might have heard average cost, your average score, batting average, the average temperature, and this is one that you hear all the time when you're working with the data. So today we're going to look at math test scores. So we're going to find the average of these 6 scores. And our first step is always to add up all the numbers. So you can do that in a couple of different ways. You can take and you can line them all up and add them up, or you can break it down and add them up in a different step. We're going to take that step today. So we're going to take our first two numbers, 79 plus 87, and add them together. So I have 79 plus 7 is 16. 1 plus 7 is 8. 8 plus 8 is 16. So I have 166. So then I'm going to take that number. So I take 166 plus 99. So 9 plus 6 is 15. 9 plus 6 plus 1 is 16. 1 plus 1 is 2. So we end up with 265. So now we take 265 plus our next number, which is 97. We get 5 plus 7 is 12. 1 plus 9 is 10, so we get 16. 1 plus 2 is 3, so we have 362. So we take 362 plus 86. We get 2 plus 6 is 8. 6 plus 8 is 14. 1 plus 3 is 4. So we have 448 plus 92. 8 plus 2 is 10. 1 and 9 is 10. 14. And 1 plus 4 is 5. So we end up with a total of 540. Our next step is to count how many points we have, data points we have in our data set. So we have 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. So we have 6 data points. That is an important piece because that is what we use to help find our average. So now our third step is to divide your sum by the number of data points in your set. So you're going to take 540 divided by 6. And remember, when we do long division, our steps are dad, mother, sister, brother, Rover. So we first divide. How many times does 6 go into 54? So 6 goes into 54 9 times. So then we multiply. 9 times 6 is 54. We subtract sister, and we get 0, bring down, 0, repeat. 6 goes into 0, 0 times. So our mean is 90. Okay, now I want you to try. Take and find the average of these data points. So our first step is to add them together. We have 86 plus 84, 52, 76, 66, 56. So I have 6 and 4 is 10. 6 and 6 is 12. 2 and 6 is 8. So I have 10. 3, I get 30. Then I have 3 and 7 is 10. 8 and 8 is 16. 5 and 5 is 10. Then I have 6 left. So 6 plus 6 is 12. And I have 4. So I have 420 as my total. So next I need to figure out how many data points I have in my set. I have 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6 data points. So I take 420 divided by 6. So 6 goes into 42. Divide 7 times. 7 times 6 is 42. Subtract. Bring down. 6 goes into 0. 0 times. 0 times 6 is 0. So our mean would be 70. The next measure that we're going to look at is median. So remember, median is the middle number. So we're looking for the middle of our data set. The first step when we are looking for the median is to order the data from least to greatest. So we're going to first look for the smallest number. So I always go through and I look through my data set and I look through for my smallest number, and I found that 98 is my smallest number. So 98 comes first. I like to cross it out so that I know that I've already used that. So now I'm going to look through my data set again. I have my next lowest is 99. And I have 2 of those, so I have to write it twice. So I have 199, 299. Now I look for my next number, and I see that it's 100. Sorry, 100, and I cross it off. Then I have 101, 101, 102, and 103. So now I have all my numbers listed out from least to greatest. So now I need to do step 2, which is to find the middle number. So one of the quickest ways to do this is to cross out one from each end. So I take one off this end, one off that end, one off this end, one off that end, one off this end, one off that end, until I end up with one number in the middle. So my median would be 100. Sometimes, though, you don't have an odd set of data numbers, so you're going to end up with an even number in our middle. So let's look at an example with that. So once again, we have to order our data set from least to greatest. So our least would be 52. Then we go to 56. Then we go to 66, to 76, to 84, to 86. So now we have our numbers listed from least to greatest. So if we go, we have 52, 86, 56, 84. We have two numbers in the middle. So if there's two numbers in the middle, we need to find the average or the mean. So we need to find the mean of the middle two numbers. So we're going to add them up. We take 66 plus 76. We get 12, 13, 14. So we have 142. And since we're finding the average of two numbers, we divide by 2. So 2 goes into 14 7 times. 7 times 2 is 14. Subtract, we get 0, bring down. So 2 goes into itself one time. 1 times 2 is 2. We have 0 left over. So our median is 71. So now I want you to try this next one on your own. So find the median of this set of data. So now let's go over it. We have to list our data from least to greatest. So our smallest data point is 28. Then our next one is 34. Then we have 36. 42, 48, 56. So we have our data listed from least to greatest. So now we need to find our middle number. So we take off 28, 56, 34, 48. We have two numbers in the middle, so that means we need to add them up. So we take 36 plus 42, and we get 878. So now we have 78 divided by 2. 2 goes into 7 3 times. 3 times 2 is 6. We have 1 left over. Bring down. 2 goes into 18. 9 times. 2 times 9 is 18. So our median is 39. Our next data set is our mode. So what number appears the most in our data set? So our first step is to order our data from least to greatest. So we've already done this data set. So it is 98, 99, 99, 100. So we use 98, 99, 99, 100, 101, 102, and 103. So now we have to look and see which number appears the most often in our data set. And so we only have one set of numbers that appears more than one time, and that is 99. So our mode for this set of data is 99. Let's look at our next data set. We have our least is 52, and we have 56, we have 66, 76, 84, 86. So we have our numbers listed from least to greatest. Which number appears the most? Well, this time we don't have any numbers that repeat. So we have no mode because we don't have any numbers that repeat themselves. So now I want you to try. Find the mode of this data set at the bottom. Okay, let's do it together now. So we have 28, we have 34, we have 34, we have 36, we have 42, we have 48, and we have 56. So our mode would be 34. Our last measure is range. So range is the span of our data set. So what is our range or our span in our data set? So once again, our first step is to order the data set from least to greatest so that we make sure we get our smallest and our largest number. So our smallest number is 98, then we have 99, 99, 100, 101, 102, 103. So we have our smallest number of 98 and our largest number of 103. So we're going to take 103 minus 98 to find our range. So I need to regroup. So I have 13 minus 8 is 5. 9 minus 9 is 0. So our range of this data set is 5. Let's look at our next data set. Our smallest number, 52. And we have 56, 66, 76, 84, and 86. So our smallest number is 52. Our greatest number is 86. So we need to take 86 minus 52. We get 4, 3. So our range is 34. So I want you to pause and do this last problem by yourself. Find the range of this bottom set of data. Let's do it together now. We have 58 is our smallest number. Then we have 34, 36, 42, 48, and 56. So our smallest number is 28. Our greatest number is 56. So we take 56 minus 28. 16 minus 8 is 8. 4 minus 2 is 2. So our range is 28. So that is how we find our 4 different measures of central tendency. Remember that I've posted some other videos in Google Classroom to help you work through this if you need more help in understanding them. Otherwise, it is time to move on to your practice for the day. Have a great day, everybody.